So how do we work with the computer, right? As a starter, I'm gonna come up with a rotary about 5 meters, yeah? So, first thing I'm gonna do RD. RD means reset depth. So you can see right now we went to 0, 0 because we resetted the depth, right? Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually run you guys through what everything means here. So P rotary head is the hydraulic pressure that the rotary requires, right, in order to turn the auger. So that's 140 bars because the rotary is spinning right now. As soon as I stop spinning, the pressure comes down to the pilot pressure, which is about 80 bar in this case. Okay. Peak rod, we don't need that right now because we actually don't have a pull down winch. But that would have been the hydraulic pressure required for the pull down winch to bring the auger down. Okay. But right now it's 0 because it's not connected. We don't have one. Then we have RPM. So I turn the rotary. Right now I'm spinning at about 21 rotations per minute. I increase the RPM, goes to 23, 25. I decrease, it goes down to 11 or 12. Okay? Move it a little bit in front. So right now I've gone in front about 1 degree and then a little bit to the right. I push back. It brings me back to almost 0, a little bit to the left, and then I'm pretty much in the middle. 0.4, 0.3. 0.2, 0.1, and then yeah, 0.1, 0, 0. There you go. Then here in the middle, we've got the grouting screen. Okay, but we don't need to worry about it right now because we haven't actually started the grouting. Here on the right, we have the main menu where we set all the things. So now we've got a new pump that we're gonna work with. We go volume settings. Okay, so first what I do is I press main menu. It's gonna ask you for the password. You put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have all the settings to your. So volume settings, pile diameter, we set 600, right? Then grouting factor. How much extra do we go? Do we go 10%? Do we go 15? 10%?
We run at 10%, yeah.
Okay, so let's put 110. That's what we want. Okay. Then volume per stroke, I put at 15, but we said 17, right?
Yep.
17 liters. Then initial strokes or volume is how many strokes does the pump need to fill up the auger stem and to fill up the concrete hose. Normally I have it set up at about 3. Okay?
What's the 3 represent?
Strokes of the pump that are required to fill the pipe.
To fill the bottom.
To the bottom of the pile for the concrete to get there.
Okay.
And then maximum flow rate 200 liters per minute. Don't worry about that one too much. Right, then I hit back. All right, and now I'm ready to start a pile. So what I do is I go pile ID, and I enter the pile number. Let's say I'm starting with pile 001. Okay, press enter. What kind of pile is it? Is it a production pile? Is it a test pile? Is it a reaction pile? Is it a re-drill because I've done a mistake? Is it an extra pile that's not maybe on the drawing?
Okay.
Right? In this case, we're going to put a test pile because it's just a dummy pile. Cage type, you can put there, but nobody it's up to you, you know?
No.
Then back. So now I'm ready to start drilling. So start recording the pile. The depth is reset to 0 meters, then I press record. So you can see here recording is active. It starts your timer. I have rotary pressure graph and I have rotation graph as I go down. So 0, 0.5, -1, -1.5, and so on and so forth. All right, so I start the rotary. You see RPM there, 20, and then I start going down. Okay, so now I'm drilling. The rotary pressure is 138 bars. I increase a bit the RPM. All right, and I'm going down, right, to almost half a meter. Inclination stays the same. As I go down in depth, based on the diameter that I have and based on the liters, my computer starts calculating, hey, at this depth right now, if you stop here, you're gonna need 280 liters to fill the volume of the pile, right? That's the theoretical volume on the left. That's the actual on the right. Okay, we continue drilling. So you can see here building my graph, yeah? You can see here -1. Go a little bit closer. You can see here -1.
Yeah.
That's your depth. Yeah? So you can see we've drilled almost 1 meter, 0.94, and it's building my graph. Rotary and then rotation. Okay, continue drilling. Maybe I want to help it a little bit because it's not drilling fast enough, because I can drill fast. So I help it a bit. And then maybe I want to just decrease the RPM a little bit. See for a second what happened here. So I decreased my rotary pressure, right? The graph also said, okay, between 2 meters and 3 meters, you've actually decreased your rotary pressure. Your ground is soft, so you decreased it. Your RPM also decreased between 2 and 3 meters of depth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so I continue drilling. Now I want to drill a little bit more and then advance very slowly. Maybe increase the RPM on the You see what's happening with our graph here?
Yep.
We increase the RPM and we decrease the down pressure, right? And then look here, 0 centimeters per minute. That's the drilling speed going down. So right now I'm advancing with 0 centimeters per minute. But as soon as I start giving it, 119 centimeters per minute, 161, 155. Can you see?
Yeah.
And then I decrease back again. Goes 42 and then 0. Okay, let's just go ahead on the free fall with the pedal. I'm decreasing at about 60 centimeters per minute. 66. Okay, I want to decrease the RPM. I'll just go like this. Okay. 4.4. 4.4 is the depth that I'm required for this pile. That's just the pile of the, okay? Let's say I have a snorkel right now. I'm at the bottom, but the snorkel is up. I go stop depth. That
Right.
tells my computer not to count the depth as I'm going up,
Okay.
right? But I grab my snorkel from there,
Yep.
right? And then I go, okay, I'm ready to lock in my snorkel. I've locked it in. And then I go start depth.
Righto.
Now, I start drilling again, I go down again.
And it adds the extra meters on.
It adds the extra meters, bro. Alright, let's see.
How does that work on the way out?
Same thing, you just hit stop.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Five and a half, that's it, that's my pile. I want to build a pile that's 5.5 meters. Okay? I'm ready now to go to the grouting mode. So from the drilling mode here, I press F1 and I go bam. This is my pile profile. I signal to the pump operator. Okay, I'm ready to go. Yeah, so what I do is I go. So he starts.
Handy dandy operator right here.
There you go. Okay, so he started pumping. I've got my initial strokes, and then I start coming up. See my strokes here, initial strokes. Okay, that's 3. That's 4. I start coming up, yeah? Oh, I'm coming up a little bit too fast. Here's my pile profile. I have to keep it in the green as much as possible, yeah? And by the end of the pile, I will need to have 105 strokes in order to account for 1,761 liters. Right now, I've been pouring 256 liters in the pile. At 30 centimeters per minute. And you can see I'm way past the lines, the vertical lines, which means I'm pumping a lot more concrete into it than...
Right. So the 2 lines in the middle,
you gotta
stay in between those two.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, I've reached my last step, so I'm just gonna go a little bit quicker.
What's this here?
So that's the grouting volume, like how many liters have you got so far. So it's about 1,000 liters.
Pumped about a cube into it.
Yep. So 66 is about the right pull up, between 50 and 60 to have it like that. And you see it's counting with each and every stroke. If I come up too fast, just for a second, I'm choking the pile, you see? The computer's telling me, hey, you're coming up too fucking quick. If I leave it too much, see, it's way...
Brilliant, yeah. That's how you get down on your wastage. So if you mess around with your wastage, will that bring it down as well with 10%?
Of course. It's going to calculate based on what you've given it here. Okay, stop pumping for a second. Okay, so now the operator is telling the pump operator, hey, I'm
out of concrete?
Because out of concrete or whatever. So say for example you're waiting for concrete, you just press pause, and then your pile times are not recorded because it's not really accurate to say that, oh, my pile took an hour and 45 minutes, but an hour I waited for the concrete.
Okay,
So
right.
you just pause it. That green light means I'm paused. I unpause it, it starts recording again.
Okay.
Right? And then I just try to disengage the snorkel. Right, so I go stop depth. I was at 121, right? I go down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I take away my rotary lock there. I press start depth again. Operator, bang, starts pumping. Okay, so I'm starting to count again. 104. I come up a little bit quicker. It's a bit too quick. It's only a small pump, only 17 liters per stroke. Okay, I'm above the ground now. I go stop recording, and it stopped recording. And that's my last file, my friend.
Okay.
Then I go main menu, email setup, receiver 1 and 2. I go receiver 1. What were you? Piling
At O'Sullivan Group.
piling at O'Sullivan.
.com.au.
Yeah. Let's put good old friend Mike here. Mike at therapy.com.au. Okay. I tick that box too. And I just go
Will this send it out right up as the in live time?
Exactly. So I go here, send email, bang.
So we can send every email off this, every pile record.
Absolutely. Everything at the end of the day.
At the end of the day or at the start, as every pile?
At the end of the day. Why would you do it every pile?
Oh, okay, righto.
And then send G&H files, get file names, send 6 out of 6. Done. Now we check our email. That's the one, G&H. Okay, those are your pile.
This will be the last one we did.
Yes. And then you need to download it on the computer. You have a software that converts it into a PDF.
Okay.